Okay, so I've gone ahead and imported it into my computer by texting a photo to myself. First I want to do is adjust the levels and get rid of the background, so I'm going to use the lasso tool, which is L on your keyboard, and I'm just going to kind of grab this just center part here, double click to complete the marquee, hit Command C for copy, Command N for paste, or new document, hit OK, and then hit Command V for paste. Now I'm going to hit Command L on my keyboard to adjust the levels because I want the levels to be bright white and bright black, or strong black, basically the highest contrast that's possible. So I chose the white eyedropper tool and clicked on some of the dots to get rid of those too. Now I'm going to click on the black eyedropper tool and click where I want the blackest part of my text to be. Hit OK. Before we go into Illustrator, I want to show you that this handwriting and this lettering is actually very wobbly and has a lot of imperfections. So when we go to vectorize it in Illustrator, we're going to have some of those imperfections in there, and that's okay. That's actually better than trying to get a perfectly smooth hand lettering piece or calligraphy piece. I've gone ahead and opened up Illustrator, so I'm going to hit Command A in Photoshop, Command C for copy, go over to Illustrator, hit Command N for new document, hit OK, and then hit Command V for paste. So I'm going to zoom out so I can see everything here. I'm going to adjust the artboard a little bit by hitting Shift O on my keyboard and just dragging the box out so that when we go to look at this later, we don't have a weird view of everything. So I just want to make sure to highlight everything here. And then when I'm happy with the new artboard, I can just hit V on my keyboard to select out of there. So that's good. So as you may know, if you've taken some of my other courses or have been with me for a while, you want to go ahead and open up your image trace panel. If you don't have that open, go to Window, Image Trace here. And you have the text selected. Make sure to hit Preset, and you want to go to Black and White Logo. Whenever you're working with black and white, you want to use Black and White Logo because that'll give you just a really nice, clean place to start. So after you use Black and White Logo, you can adjust the threshold, but there's also other advanced places that you can use to adjust your calligraphy here. So first, I'm noticing that some of my lines are disappearing completely, which means I need a higher threshold. So I'm going to do that. Keep sliding the slider up to the right till I get some of these lines to connect here. It's possible that they may not. Oh, there we go. Now it's starting to get there. So you see I had to move the threshold all the way up to 251. I don't know what the max is, but that's pretty close to it. Now the number of paths is going to be how many kind of breakpoints there are when going along a curve. So because I want this to be really accurate to the original drawing, which is over here, I want the paths to be a little bit higher than normal. So I'm going to bump up the paths, and I also want to bump up the corners. Because our threshold is so high already, it's probably not going to change a ton. Whoops. It's not going to change a ton to move the paths and the corners around. So let me show you something. I'm going to bring the threshold back down to the center. And then I'm going to keep the paths high and the corners high. And you can see how you're starting to get those brushy line work pieces that actually do exist in the drawing, but that you might not have liked before when you digitized it, if you tried this before. So that actually looks pretty good. I like how it picks up and skips a little bit on the marker. So I'm going to go ahead and expand. Then I need to ungroup twice by hitting Shift Command G twice. Then using my mouse, I'm just going to select the white background, go to select same fill color. So select same fill color, and it'll select all the white pieces inside of everything. Then hit delete on your keyboard, and now you just have your text that's completely vectorized. If you wanted to change the color, hit Command A, then double click on the fill color so you can change the color to anything you want. I'll choose a nice pinky briolette color like that. Oh, and if this happens, you have to do something with the fill color. So go to Window, Color, and then you want to make sure that you have all of your pieces selected that you've vectorized. Go down to this drop-down menu and hit RGB if you're going to be using it for screen purposes, and CMYK if you're going to be using it for print. So I'm just going to do RGB for screen. And then you can see that it changed the color to be the color that I chose before. I hope this tutorial was helpful. If you guys have any questions about this, leave a comment below, and I'll talk to you in my next tutorial. Bye!